What's going on, everyone? This is PescaroDB, and today I felt like doing another reaction video. This time, not gaming related. It's actually related to I guess you could call it mini documentary that features me. That the News Observer, which is the local big newspaper here in Raleigh, North Carolina, they put together a mini documentary about me regarding my experience as a school shooting survivor and leading up to my return to campus that following fall semester, which I think in the description of the video it actually said specifically I had returned 110 days after the event happened, which is weird just to think about. And I'll explain in future videos. Definitely was not the right decision for me from a mental health perspective, but I wanted to be the one to just like reclaim my life back and not let the whole thing take over. And I wanted to go back. So we're going to be reacting to that mini documentary here. I'll post the original video. I'll put the link in the description. Let me know what you think of it. I felt like it was really well done, although I haven't seen it in a while, so this is pretty much a blind reaction since watching it 2 years ago or so. So let me know what you think in the comments, and let's get right into it. All right, so as you can see here, we're here on YouTube with the mini documentary. There is an editor's note right there that says the following video contains graphic content. So again, that's your warning. If you don't really want to hear about this or see it, you don't have to, but just letting you know. And it was posted on September 30th, 2019, which technically was the 5-month anniversary of when it happened, if you want to call it that. But yeah, let's get right into watching this documentary from the News and Observer, and let's see if I remember anything from it. I know I don't remember much, but let's get right into it. So
keep happening, and it makes it hard for someone like myself who is an advocate but also a victim of it. I still have a lot of healing to do. Sometimes I kind of put that in the back seat because I want to speak up so that someone else doesn't have to go through the same recovery process that I'm going through.
So as you just saw right there, the footage from campus was that cell phone footage of the police rushing to the building where I was still in at the time, currently not in a good state. I was injured at that point, and the police were rushing to the scene. They showed that a lot on a lot of the different news videos that came out around this time. Obviously, I wouldn't have seen that except for the videos because I was the one they were rushing to. And here in this scene, I was at the North Carolina General Assembly, which is in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I was there to share my story of what happened and simply just ask our state lawmakers to do something about it to ensure that it didn't happen to anyone else. I wasn't trying to be political or partisan or anything like that. I simply was just asking for the lawmakers to try to do something collaborative to ensure no one has to go through the same physical and mental torture that I and others have dealt with since this event. And I actually went and showed them my scar. Scar down my abdomen. I have a bullet hole right here, and I have a bullet hole an inch from my spine. Not necessarily in the best shape, but not important.
The fact that I'm even standing here right now is a miracle. That could have hit my spine.
That's my dad and my wife.
Or I could be dead. Being at the General Assembly was just, to me, it was.
They were affected.
Powerful moment, I would say, because I can tweet out or put on Facebook.
And honestly, I didn't write my speech. I might have wrote a few lines, but for the most part, I said that all from my heart and from my head. There's the video of me walking for the first time in the hospital. Shout out Kayla. She does have a YouTube. Kayla, obviously. That's my physical therapist there. No F words. That's Lily. She's a little younger then.
One of the hardest parts about the hospital was not being able to be with Lily because
I was playing Black Ops 3 Zombies here, by the way.
That's why I got her, because I deal with anxiety, depression, things like that. So like not having her for a month did not really help anything in terms of recovery.
Sadly, that wristband broke, the one that I'm wearing there, but I have a different one that says "We are all Niners."
Kind of anger boiling up inside me, or playing video games and listening
What a good game, by the way.
to
I miss Black Ops 3.
I'm thinking about what's going on in my life. I'm thinking about what's going on in the video game. It's almost, in my eyes, a healthy distraction. You know, instead of turning to alcohol or drugs or something like that.
And also, quite honestly, the sounds in this game and many other games don't sound anything like what it sounded like in that classroom.
And I mean that. It's not close.
With music, specifically Eminem, he's my favorite artist. This one.
Shout out Eminem.
Or you went for more of like the
This tattoo here.
look. The not afraid part. My favorite artist, Eminem. That was one of his best songs ever, and it was about like getting himself together after his like drug addiction. And basically, the song is like, if you need help, like use my story as inspiration. And, you know, obviously, that's different than what I went through, but same concept. Like, if you need help getting through this, I'm going through it as well. Like, let me help you.
So that's the explanation behind my tattoo. I believe I've tried to make videos about that before, but there, now you hear it.
Was one that I pretty much,
TB12 hat before Tom Brady left the Patriots.
I felt that if I didn't, that was letting the shooter have more control over my life than he already does have right now. And things were going so good for me there. I was doing good in school. I was a part of a lot of organizations. And then, I mean, just for preparing to be back in the classroom, I don't know how I'm going to do that. You know, it's going to be hard because most of my classes are right next to the building where the shooting happened. That's the one. That's the building where it happened.
Which, by the way, the building right there is the oldest building on UNC Charlotte's campus, so it ain't going anywhere. I still hope they turn it into a memorial space of some sort. I know they're doing stuff like right outside of it in this plaza here, I believe that they're working on, but it's never going to be a situation where they like tear it down or anything like that. So I just hope they make the most of it using it as a memorial space. But as I said, yeah, I mean, this is literally me returning to campus. The shooting happened spring semester, last day of classes of 2019, and this is going back to school fall semester 2019. So I literally just took a summer like any other student normally does if nothing bad had happened and returned to school. And I explained my rationale for that in the video a little bit there, but it definitely was not a good choice, and it did have some negative effects on my life that I'll explain in future videos. But always take time for yourself. Don't try to power through something, no matter how small it is. Don't try to power through it just because of the outside image you want to have. Like, you really just got to put yourself first, and only you really know how well you're handling something. So always put yourself first in those situations.
There was no announcement, or I mean, he just, right when he got in, he just started shooting. You know, I got shot, and the pain of it just was overwhelming. I fell out of my chair, and I know it sounds cliche, I guess, but it's like someone popped in like a tape of your whole life, and it's on like a slow fast forward mode, and you're just seeing all these different moments in your life and realizing that it might end here. You know, trying
That's a
to
tough thing to
process
really
all
feel
this
like,
stuff.
is knowing that life really could have been over there.
At the same time,
Everything I'm doing right now
there's two dying
was
people.
not guaranteed.
I'll be straight up. You could hear the faint like sounds of them breathing their last breaths and just the groaning from the pain. And he, after having been tackled by Riley, dropped the clip and he put the gun down, and then he went and just laid down on his stomach. And while he was down, obviously I had my eyes locked on him, wondering, well, what the heck is he doing? Like, and at the same time, he had
Such a confusing thing, man.
on me, telling me that we're all gonna die eventually, so it's okay that he did that.
That was haunting.
Really mentally scarring.
Oh, my old apartment.
Being back in the classroom.
Shout out University Crossings. Shout out Lily again. Cost me $200 to repair that rug, by the way.
Seat closest to the door, because the number one struggle that I deal with is the fact that, I couldn't, because I saw the guy coming in before he started shooting, and I didn't react.
Oh, hold on, let me go back there for a second. That's Kemba. All right, that scholarship right there, I received from the Charlotte Hornets on June 21st of 2019. They actually were so generous enough to pay for my last 2 years of college at UNC Charlotte. So, again, if anyone from their organization sees this, I'll reiterate how thankful I am for that. I'm thankful for every person I got to meet with that organization. And, again, just for the fact that they paid for my last 2 years of school, which were really hard and also really weird because of the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm forever in debt for that, so I just want to take a moment to say thank you for that.
Before he started shooting, and I didn't react. I want to be at the door.
Rest in peace to my grandmother, freshman year of college, 2017, she passed away.
To stop it.
Those are my brothers.
That protecting other people, I think, will play a huge role in.
Not the best handwriting. But yeah, that's it for that documentary. As you could kind of hear at the end there, I said one of my biggest regrets was the fact that I technically saw the guy before he started doing anything, because the wall, the left side wall, or however I can really explain it, was all glass, so you could see into the hallway, and I just saw someone dressed in all black, like running towards the bathroom, which was weird, but I mean, I didn't know what else to think. And then I was stretching and looking over my back a few minutes later, and then it just so happened at that exact same time, the shooter was coming into the classroom and just like had instantly pulled out the handgun. And I mean, when you see something like that in real life, and you're, when it's not like a military situation where that's like something you'd expect, like when you're in a freaking college classroom and you see something like that, I mean, you don't know it just doesn't feel real. And some people, again, there's that whole run, hide, fight logic that people think there is, and there's also freeze, and I can tell you that firsthand because that's what I did. I froze up. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to do. And before I could even put a thought together, I'd been hit. And a lot of lives were changed, and 2 were sadly ended. I don't hold those same regrets because I've learned a lot through my mental health recovery that no matter how much times I've replayed it in my head, there's nothing I could have done differently. And I'm just thankful to be alive. And I thought that documentary, again, I think it was really well done, because they gave a good glimpse at a lot of what went on that summer leading up to me going back to school again. But there was also definitely a lot in my life that followed during that, from that fall semester on, that I'll talk in a different video. But hopefully you enjoyed this mini documentary of me. Like I said, I think the News and Observer did a very fantastic job. Shout out to them. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. If you have any other questions regarding my situation up until this point, because now you've kind of got a video from me explaining what happened and a video explaining the summer leading up to me returning to school in 2019. So if you have any questions, definitely leave those in the comments down below. Subscribe for more content from me. I kind of like to mix it up. I'm a variety kind of content guy, so I do bring some gaming stuff. I bring some reaction videos. I bring some challenge style videos, because I do have aspirations of being in 100 Thieves one day. Fingers crossed that we can make that happen someday. But hopefully you enjoyed this video, and until the next one, I hope you have a fantastic day.